Hey Alexis, so I got your Carolina helmet here for you. Sorry for the delay on this one. It was the last of those orders that I was catching up on after my vacation in the summer. But you can see you got your LEDs on the side here, which I will show how everything works with those. But those came out very nice. And then the one-way gold visor, and then obviously all the detail painting and whatnot. So straight out of red versus blue. Now for the LEDs, right here on the inside, see if I can angle this light better for you. It's not helpful. Okay, well, there we go. On the inside of the chin in here, you could see right there is your battery box. So there's an on-off switch. You can see those turn on, turn it off. So that box, and I've included the batteries in it, but if you have to change them, you just slide it over. So I can't do it with one finger, but it'll slide right off that back plate. You can access the batteries. Just be careful not to let that come out too far. And then just place the box right back on and slide it over this way, and that clicks right in. So your on-off switch is accessible, but you can also slide it off to replace the batteries. And it's in a spot that shouldn't interfere with your face. So really happy with how that turned out. The wire management also went really nicely. Those are all glued in pretty tightly out of the way. So since I do not have your head here, and I've been rushing through this explanation because I made so many of these, but had a customer who was a little confused, so I'll go through it all again. Without having your head here, it would be impossible for me to get an exact like head measurement with the foam, and I tend to, when I make my own, I make the foam fit, you know, so tightly that my helmet doesn't move and that there's no extra room. So, you know, I can't do that without your head here, but what I do for every customer is include some pre-cut foam inserts. So for starters, there's this big block. They do pull apart if you want to edit the size or the shape. This block specifically, you could cut in half or leave like this, but on the back side of the helmet, since your head goes in straight right here, there's this big curve on the back. So I think this could fill that entire back space right behind your head, which is a key space for when you do the foaming. And you can put these in with really any glue works. Even Elmer's glue would probably work. I used something called Cyafixed, C-Y-A F-I-X-E-D. It's on Amazon. It's very cheap and strong, but you could use hot glue, regular glue, whatever you'd like. Get that in the back. And then you have all of these strips that I'm going to include for you that I pre-cut. That are these rectangles that what I would do is put the helmet on. With this one, there's some specific areas like edges of the visor by your temples, above the head, obviously, and then some stuff around the chin if you wanted to do that. But put the helmet on, shake it, see where there's room, then glue one of these in symmetrically. I usually start with the temples or sides of the head, but you want to make it symmetrical after you finish the back. Also for the top of the head, if your eyes are a little bit above the visor, just put some foam on the top and that'll lower your eyes in line. And then put the helmet on again. If there's still room, just glue another one right on top. So you can just stack these wherever those spots are that you have them, and it'll tighten in little bits each time. Make small adjustments because you don't want it to be too tight. I think that should cover everything. So you have a bunch of different shaped and thickness of these, as well as this big block. If you want to split it in half to do behind the head and above the head with it, also would be good. And so this will be in the package with your helmet. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. Thanks.